We got that.
Did you get it? You sure I didn't lay it on a little too thin? You know, you understand how fat. I don't want to see
Crystal.
that. All right. Next piece of news here is I think so far they're saying this is the full card, but I don't know if it's the full card for the show or not. So, but the first full card I'm getting from the October 2nd episode of AEW, their very first episode on TNT, is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara to open it up. The AEW Women's Championship, Riho versus Nyla Rose. And then Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and two mystery partners. Also, Jon Moxley has been announced to appear. So,
Right.
we'll go over that real quick. Just going to take a couple of minutes. The Cody Rhodes Sammy Guevara match, I actually think I'm going to give it to Sammy. And the reason being this: right now, Cody's undefeated.
He is.
You know, he's undefeated. I think he's like 3-0. And so, nothing against Cody, but I'm sure that he's not trying to book himself into some OP situation. You know, I don't think he's that narcissistic. You know, if so, that would eventually become a big problem. But I just
Yeah, because the Bucks have took a loss already in AEW.
Kenny's took a loss.
Kenny's
took a loss.
yeah.
So he's the only one out of the elite that hasn't taken a loss. And, you know, it's whatever. He's the son of Dusty Rhodes, so he's already a great wrestler. He's hard to beat. But it would be interesting if they put Sammy over. I think that would change things up a little bit.
You really think he's the one to break the
if
streak?
They want to run with that story, if they eventually want to run that streak story we've seen, I don't think that Sammy Guevara is the guy. But if they're trying to nip it in the bud early, and not a quick win, but a quick roll-up win at the end of a great match, you know, and it'd be believable, you know, or he could turn heel and beat him with a chair like fucking Shawn Spears did. I mean, there's a couple different things you could do. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. I see Sammy Guevara going over Cody.
So I'm gonna be on the opposite, and I'm gonna say Cody continues his winning ways, at least for up until the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, the Full Gear pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Match after that will be Riho versus Nyla Rose. We kind of already talked about this, but we'll go ahead and just touch on it again. I'm guessing you're going to be pulling for Riho, correct?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, I'm pulling 1,001% for Nyla Rose. So I know that Riho, in my gut, Riho is probably going to win this match. But I'm going to be pulling for Nyla Rose.
Yeah, because a woman should be the women's champion.
Well, if Nyla Rose wins it, then thankfully a woman will be the women's champion. So
I'll get the fuck out of here. Moving on, next match.
Next matchup is Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and two mystery partners.
It's going to be LAX. It's going to be Ortiz and what's-his-face.
I wonder if that's what they're going to do. That'll kind of be pissy because we got to see him at All Out. I would have rather not seen those guys then and waited for it to be a mystery on the first episode of TV.
Or get ready for it. Buckle your seatbelt. How you doing?
Oh my God! I hope not. Jesus, I hope not. I hope if they do that, Joey Janela runs out and beats the shit out of Enzo Amore. With the entire band of Blink.
Could happen.
Just destroys them. And so, who you think's going to win? I mean, we really can't give a good one because there's no mystery partner.
We don't know who Jericho's partner is.
I'm going to solidly go behind Kenny and the Bucks because they're all coming off a loss, so I can see them pulling off a victory here. It's kind of like a revolution, a rebellion, a revolt.
True. Plus, it's the first TV tapings.
Yeah.
So I can agree with that, unless Jericho pulls out some like badass partners.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall.
Scotty Too Hottie And
Oh
they're
my
gonna
god.
weekend at Bernie's Grandmaster Sexy.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt me. Jerry, you just made Jerry cry. You just made Jerry
here comes
cry.
here comes a letter.
Here comes a letter. All right. Speaking of Moxley and how he'll be appearing at AEW, he wants to go against Minoru Suzuki, and I'm like, well, you haven't had that long of a life yet, John. Do you really want to end it this soon? You know,
um,
how you want to go out?
does AEW have that bridge with Japan where they'll let him
Unfortunately,
come
no.
over?
But Moxley is contracted with New Japan as well,
Yeah.
so he's going to be fighting over there. So I mean, we would never be able to see that here in the States, but there's a good chance we'll see that overseas eventually. I could almost say that'd probably be a good way to mid card the Wrestle Kingdom coming up in January.
Hell yeah.
That'd be a good mid card finale. Kind of
I
leading up
think
to the last couple of matches before the main events. Middle of the fucking card, you got Minoru Suzuki and Jon Moxley going at it in like a hardcore matchup. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see.
I think if Mox has, well, they said he's going to be there, obviously. I think his involvement is going to come at the end of the Kenny Omega Young Bucks match. I think he sneak attacks Kenny because they got a match coming up at the Full Gear pay-per-view.
I'd like to see Moxley.
We're finally going to see it, so.
Again. Now that he's got a little more creative freedom, I can imagine what he'd do.
Well, true. They're not going to have Jericho crying over a pot.
Yeah. We'll see a whole lot more. But Moxley was quoted as to being said, I want to test my potential by fighting Minoru Suzuki. I want to see what happens. Mox, I can tell you what's going to happen. It'd be a feud. And we would go into the pine box and then we would bury it. People were like, oh, it's Moxley. I'm like, Minoru Suzuki is scary. He scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to run into him in a dark alley or a light alley or any alley, just anywhere. I don't want to run into him. The guy he's creepy. So if that match ever happens, I can tell you Minoru Suzuki is probably going to win it. I mean, he'll beat the hell out of Moxley.
Oh yeah.
It's like Roman Reigns saying, "I want to go fight Minoru Suzuki." Okay, go ahead.
I would gladly watch that match just to watch Roman die.
I mean, he would. Fucking kill him. Let's see what's the next news here. Let's see. Oh, AEW is asking for fans to pick the final tag team of the tag team tournament coming up. All Elite Wrestling has enlisted the help of their fans to decide the final team that will be entering the upcoming tournament to crown the first ever pair of AEW World Tag Team Champions. There are two options on the table: the team of Angelico and Jack Evans, and the team of Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Only 1 day left to decide which team will advance to the tournament. Currently,
you already know it's going to be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Are currently winning in a landslide, 84 to 16%.
Of course.
Bruh, it's gonna be great. I hope they win the title. That'd be awesome. If they were a vote-in tag team that wins the AEW tag team titles, those would be great.
No.
Why no? What is your deal, man?
Just keep the belts as far away from Jungle Bitch as possible. He'll break his shoulder trying to carry that damn belt.
I just want to hurt you. I just want to do many things to you that are illegal. Let's see what's next up. And some WWE news. Actually, I got two pieces of WWE news. 3 pieces, actually. the Fiend's audience is sort of disappearing. A lot of people were noticed to have left by the time he came on at Madison Square Garden this past Raw.
Well, it's because it was
a fucking dark match.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you
After
expect?
Raw went off air. I wouldn't necessarily count that as, he's losing fans. A lot of people don't know that they do dark matches after the shows go off air before. I've been at a couple SmackDown tapings where at the end of the show they put up a steel cage all of a sudden and have a dark match in the steel cage. And people had already started leaving because they thought at the end of the SmackDown taping, that's it.
Well,
so I wouldn't necessarily count that as people not being fans of the Fiend.
Well, that's what I said in the notes here. I was just like, it's a dark match. You have them in a dark match at MSG. What do you expect? As soon as this thing's over, they're gone.
Like, he did his Firefly Funhouse on Raw and stuff, but he didn't like show up and attack Stone Cold or show up and attack Undertaker or anything like that.
To see him beat the hell out of Stone Cold in the middle of the ring, can you imagine?
I was expecting it, honestly, bro. We've seen him fuck with Mick Foley. We've seen him fuck with Jerry Lawler. I was like, all right, Stone Cold's going to be on Raw, Undertaker on SmackDown. I was like, one of these guys is going to end up with a freaking buzzard puppet down their throat. Nope. Nasty.
Kurt Angle has a new job on Raw because, God forbid, put him back in the ring again. Jesus, don't do that. Please stay as far.
Yeah, please, yeah.
And we don't want to see you hurt yourself.
Exactly. He is stiffer than Kevin Nash's knees in the morning.
He's stiffer than Kevin Nash's dick in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is now a producer on Raw. He's helping produce Raw and helping produce talent and all that. So that's a good job for him. If anybody needs to be there on the desk, helping with talent, helping with the show, it's Kurt. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. So, Kurt Angle's new groove. And let's see. Oh, and then the final piece of news for the evening before we move on to the card for Clash of Champions. I think when people hear this, when this gets uploaded, we'll probably hear a scream throughout the land of wrestling. Michael Cole is being replaced on Raw commentary by Vic Joseph from House of Hardcore. Yep.
No more, it's boss time, or it's the big dog. And, yeah. Michael Cole is... he's probably the worst commentator since Booker T. Even Booker T was better than Michael Cole. Even with his funky ducky quack quacks or whatever the hell he'd be saying on there.
I think Dusty Rhodes I think Dusty Rhodes would be a better commentator now than I think that pretty much anybody on the roster could be a better commentator at this point. Moving on. But no. So Michael Cole will be moving to SmackDown, and they're talking about going back to a two-man booth on Raw, and this Vic Joseph and Michael Camp. Hold on. Yeah, Vic Joseph and Matt Camp from House of Hardcore will be taking over the Raw commentating. So I'll be interested to see how that all goes down. I do hope they keep Renee Young on the commentating booth somewhere. I think she's got a lot of potential. I like her. I just can't really stand the rest of them. And Corey Graves is retired from commentating in general. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, straight up